Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. I'm Tenaj.
And I'm Tino.
And today we're going to talk about signs that you know it's time to quit your job.
But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. That really helps us out a lot.
Okay, so let's just jump into it. Now, we do not advocate you guys to quit your job and not have a plan.
No, make sure you have a plan. That's always great. You definitely need a plan to mitigate any unforeseen circumstances.
Okay, so one of the ways that we knew it was time for us to quit our job is because Monday through Friday we would do the same thing. We would go to work, we would come home, we would make dinner, go to sleep. Work, come home, dinner, go to sleep. And that lasted until the weekend.
Right, and then when the weekend came, it was basically Friday and Saturday. Friday you would relax from the entire work week from Monday through Thursday. Saturday you would clean the house, do errands, and just do all the other stuff, and especially spend time with your kids. And then Sunday,
you basically started it all over again, or prepared to start the week all over again. Now, what we used to do on that Sunday is after everything was done and we had cooked the dinner for the Sunday and cleaned up the house and everything, we would watch House Hunters International.
Yes.
Now, on House Hunters International, we got a chance to see how people lived in different countries. And what amazed us the most about the cost of living was that it was so cheap.
Yeah.
And they were living in these beautiful places for,
I don't know, $500, $600, $700, $1,200. Like stuff that in America would cost you at least $5,000 a month, but over there they were getting for like just a few $100s.
And it was so crazy to us that we were not only spending all this time away from our family, but we were making this money and it just wasn't really making us happy. Right. Have you ever been at work and you wanted to be anywhere but at work? I mean, you were thinking about laundry, or you were thinking about vacations, or you were thinking about just being home, like anywhere at work. Well, that's where I realized that this just is not for me, because every time I would get to work, I would just daydream about being somewhere else. And how productive can I really be if like my mind is not fully there? I mean, I just wanted to be anywhere but at work.
One sign that I wanted to leave the job was I just didn't enjoy my job. I mean, it was a great job. I just didn't find any excitement in it, because it was a good job. It was just no excitement for me. I found myself doing other things, like just trying to create a blog, or even try to teach myself other stuff that I found online, because it was just boring, mundane work.
So I feel like another sign that it is time for you to leave your job is if you are always watching the clock.
Yeah.
Like if you are looking at the clock every hour, every 30 minutes, then you are thinking about being somewhere else. Like that is not where you want to be. And I realized that like when I would say do my casework or do my paperwork, I would look down at the paper, look up at the clock, and it's 1 o'clock. And then I would look back down at the paper and I'm writing and it seems like at least an hour has passed, and I look at the clock and it's like 1:15. 1:30, so it's like time just begins to drag because you're really just doing something or involved in something that you have no passion for, like you have no want to do, and it just becomes mundane. Because what used to excite me just didn't excite me anymore.
Yeah, you kind of like leveled off. You've reached, I guess, the pinnacle of your position. You're like, well, I'm almost like an expert at this. I understand. I feel the opposite. I felt that the things that I love and enjoy doing, time would just go by quick. I love video game, and I wanted to design video games when I was little, and clearly that didn't come to fruition. But I'm able to edit videos, and I find that's the same energy involved in making video games. So to me, there wasn't enough time to enjoy the things that I really wanted to do. I was always at work.
Yeah. Sometimes it's time to leave your job is when your values just don't align with your career values or your employees' values.
Yeah, I understand. Like maybe the job that you had in your 20s isn't the job that you have now in your 40s. Because you're a different person. So a good example is maybe you make plastic bags in your 20s, but now you're in your 40s and you're like, you know what? I don't want to hurt the environment anymore. It's time. This isn't good. You want a different career path because maybe. That doesn't correlate with your values, I understand that, you change over time, and even as in different positions and jobs, your values change.
Your values definitely change.
Another reason maybe it's time to call quit is maybe you've hit a salary cap. Maybe you've reached the highest level of your position and you really can't get paid anymore, but but you know you're worth way more. You know, maybe you want to branch out and start your own business because you've accumulated all that knowledge with that company, that you're able to transition and open your own business. You know, that'd be another way, another sign for you to get ready to retire or to move on.
Yeah, so we had a lot of friends that would have government jobs, and they aren't able to excel as much as they want or move up to the next grade because there is
always politics involved.
Yeah, there's so much
jobs.
nepotism when it comes to jobs like that, or politics that are involved. So it's kind of hard. So I can definitely relate to people in that situation.
Yeah, so that's definitely another good sign. If you're ready to quit your job, you're not getting paid enough.
Or you feel undervalued. You know, you may be doing your best and it's just never good enough, or you are the go-to person and you're just so tired, like it's stressful just being that person that everyone goes to. They're trying to find the answers, like you can't take a day off or you can't take a vacation because you know that if you do, then everything
just collapses.
Yeah, so you know, you can get stressed out and get tired of actually being that person.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely another sign that it's time to quit your job would be if you dread Mondays.
Mondays was something that I definitely did not like, because it's like, okay, Sunday I got a chance to see like how other people were living and how we could possibly live if we would just let go of the things that we thought were making us happy.
Right.
So when Monday came and I'd have to go to work, it's just like, it's dreadful because I know that there's another life.
Yeah.
There's a life that I want. There's a life that I could be doing, and going to work, just working for someone else, just isn't it.
I understand. It's difficult. Like Tenaj said, you know, we would watch the show on Sunday and hear these people living this magnificent lives abroad, and we're like, hey, you know, we can do that.
Yeah, definitely can and did, and we are trying to show you guys how you can live your dreams as well.
Maybe another reason you want to leave your current job or your current situation is maybe lack of recognition. You know, like Tenaj was saying earlier, you're the one that put in all the work, but somehow you keep getting skipped over. You know, maybe sometimes jobs do that. They will look over the best employees for the other employers for whatever reason.
And that's how you know it's time to quit this job and start another one, or start a business that you can profit from.
All right, guys, so we've discussed and we showed you all the signs as to why you should leave your job. But before you leave your job, if you fit into any of these categories, make sure you have a plan.
Make sure you have a plan. Like I said in the introduction, we do not advocate for quitting your job without a plan. We definitely suggest and recommend that you have a plan. We had a plan.
Yes.
We set forth our plan. Our plan took about a year and a half to
come to fruition. You know, we paid off our debt.
So you know that we sold our home last week, and part of our escape plan was to make sure that we were debt free.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for everything.
It was nice doing business with you.
Anytime, the door's always open for you. We can help you.
Wonderful. Okay, great.
Thanks.
So let me tell you how excited I am that we are finally becoming debt free. I do not remember a time in which I didn't owe anyone anything, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Everything that we've been working for and preparing for, it's actually happening. 5 years ago, I never thought that I would have sold my house and all my belongings. Hey, look at Faustino in the back. He's pumping the gas. But anywho, it's just so liberating, and it feels wonderful to not have any bills.
And we did some other steps, but it took literally a year and a half.
Yeah, but the thing was, we had a plan and we had goals to work to. We knew that we had to save money. We knew that we had to pay off debt. We knew that we had to research and find places that
where to live.
Yeah,
where
that
Daniel would go to
we
school.
would be able to live as a family. So we knew that we had those things because we made a plan.
All right.
So making a plan is very important because things happen. Life happens, things come up, and you want to be prepared at all times. Because remember, you're not working, right? You quit your job, so you have to have a plan.
You have a plan for that.
Okay, so we realized that traveling the world is not everybody's goal and it's not everybody's dream. That was ours. but you may just want a break. And if you want a break, there are some things that you can do in order to have a break. Some you can still get paid for, and some you won't be getting paid for. But you can check with your HR department and find out about sabbaticals. We have a friend, Stephanie Perry, that would be happy to tell you everything you need to know about sabbaticals. So go out and look at her YouTube channel. And yeah, tell her we sent you.
Yeah, a lot of jobs have sabbaticals. And a lot of people don't know what sabbaticals are. You can actually like leave work, either paid or unpaid, depends up to your employer. But you can just leave for work for different reasons, and your HR covers all that.
And it covers it. Sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's
6
even
months,
longer.
right.
So,
and they'll be paid sometimes.
Yeah, so make sure you guys look into that, because you may not want to quit your job and not work ever. You know, you may actually want to go back to your job. You just need a break. So that's some options.
Yeah, that is another option.
Okay, so in conclusion, you guys, we are in our backyard in Tulum, and
we're in the wild.
Yeah, we are in the jungle. So you guys are going to hear a little bit of everything, but we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So in conclusion, we wanted to say, now that you understand and you recognize the signs and you understand the consequences and circumstances, so the next step would be to execute this plan. Now we're going to show you everything you need to know on how to execute your plan, how to quit your job step by step and travel in our next video. So make sure you guys stick around. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them below so that we can address them in our next video. We're trying to help you guys out as much as possible. Also, hit that like button.
And don't forget to subscribe, because that helps us out.
Don't forget to subscribe, and let us know how you guys like the content. Make sure you leave some love or some comments below, and I guess we'll see you in the comment section. Deuces!